Hey guys, Jafai for another video. In this video I'm starting a new series on my channel called Rust Tutorials. There'll be different phases of this series such as a beginner, intermediate and advanced, and possibly a pro. We will start with beginner and work our way up to advanced. So in beginner I will teach you the basics of the game and how to survive the hard start. So let's begin. What you first want to do when you spawn in Rust is go to a tree and get 300 wood. The reason for this is you want to make yourself a spear for defense. You don't want to be going around gathering materials and resources without being able to defend yourself with a spear. Overall, this will take about 2 minutes and 10 seconds to craft and gather the materials for a spear. So in that 2 minutes and 10 seconds you're going to be quite vulnerable, so you want to be able to make sure you're not going to get attacked in that time. But you also don't want to waste time sitting around doing nothing. You want to be going around gathering wood and materials for our next steps. There's 3 different types of rocks in the game which can be found around the world: metal rocks, sulfur rocks and stone rocks. You want to look for metal rocks as they give you the most metal ore out of any other rock, which you will need to make doors, code locks and all this stuff to keep your materials safe. They also give you a large amount of stones which you will need for tools. Around the world you'll be able to find collectibles on the ground for stones, such as metal ore stones, sulfur ore stones, and stones itself. You want to look for the stones, because that gives you 50 per pickup, which is a great amount if you're starting out trying to make tools. Now you've got your wooden stones, you want to go and craft some stone tools, which you will need to progress in the game. Keep in mind, stone tools do break quite fast, so you want to make or collect enough materials to be able to craft a few more sets of stone tools, just in case it breaks and you have nothing to hit something with. Then you have to either somehow find a rock or just kill yourself. So stone tools are very important for the beginning games, and you will need it to create pretty much everything. So keep them with you. Always have another set of stone tools on you, just in case your ones break. Now we move on to collecting hemp, which you will need in Rust. Hemp will yield you 20 cloth, which is needed for a lot of things. You need cloth for sleeping bags, weapons, tools, base building, and creating a furnace, which you will need. So go around looking for some hemp you can pick up and collect, because you will need it. Hemp is mostly found in foresty areas, but it can also be found in other biomes as well. So try and find yourself to a foresty area and find a lot of hemp. You will need it. Now you've got your stone tools and your hemp. Now you want to make yourself a bow, which requires 200 wood and 50 cloth. You want to craft a bow the first chance you can get. This will give you a better ability to defend yourself and go hunting. You can still go hunting with your spear, which you have crafted at the start, but going hunting with a spear is very dangerous and also very time consuming. Once you have got a bow, you're ready to tackle the most fierce animals. You can now take down a bear, which you will need to find or want to find in the beginning game. You can also take down deers, horses and boars, but they do not yield as much materials as a bear does. Bears give you bear meat, which you can eat straight off raw, which is the best meat out of any meat currently. It gives you 5 health per meat, which is great. Bears also yield the most cloth and animal fat out of any animal, and from one bear you're able to have enough animal fat and cloth to make a furnace, which you will need. Animal fat is very necessary for progressing in the game because you will need it to make a furnace, and furnaces are very important, which we will talk about in a later episode. To get animal fat, like I said, you can harvest bears or any other animal, which will yield you animal fat. As bears give you the most animal fat out of any other animal, deers and horses and boars will give you a lot less animal fat, so you're going to need to hunt a lot more of them to get enough to actually create a furnace. But with animal fat you can make low grade fuel, which is required for the furnace, and you can use animal fat and cloth to create the low grade fuel, so make sure you always have cloth on you and animal fat at the same time. Anyway guys, once you've made a spear, you've got yourself a bow, you've got rocks, you made yourself some stone tools, you've got yourself animal fat and some cloth, you are ready to go to the next step, which we will talk about in the next video. So guys, this has been the end for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Here's a bonus tip guys, just like the stones we've talked about that you can find on the ground, little stones like collectibles, you can also find mushrooms, and don't be afraid to eat them because mushrooms will heal you some health points, which is great in the beginning game.